You know, whenever I have a bad day at the office, I look to AEW to cheer me up. Not because I have my Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho figures, but because my new Cody figure from Walmart or RingsideCollectibles.com can smash them both. Get out of here. Get to Walmart, pick them up from Jazzwares. Because this is around the same time that WWE was looking for a new play-by-play announcer. And a lot of the rumor and innuendo was that Vince wanted Mike Goldberg from the UFC. He was the lead commentator there. And he being Vince, pronouns pal, allegedly wanted Mike Goldberg to accept his offer and jump ship, which would include no showing a UFC event in the process. And I think, as the legend goes, Goldberg asked the Nevada State Athletic Commissioner, or the former rather, Mark Ratner, about this decision and opportunity. And Mark, I believe, was pals with Jim Ross and had his finger on the pulse of pro wrestling more than Mike Goldberg did, and said, that's probably not a good idea to be the guy who sits in his seat. Fans will absolutely hate it, whoever ultimately replaces him. And he winds up not taking the deal. It never pans out. Instead, Vince just has Linda kick Jim Ross in the balls on Raw and tells him he's fired. They fill in a couple of weeks with Coach, and then Joey Styles takes the job for the better part of the next year. What do you remember about the Mike Goldberg thing? Because that does feel like something that, I don't know, when you just said, well, they were pretty cordial, they got along. If you're trying to steal a guy out from under him and say, no, show his event, I don't know if that's necessarily an ally.
I love it when it's portrayed that they're trying to steal a guy from someone else.
Right.
It takes two to tango. And if the guy didn't want to be stolen, or maybe it's the guy reaching out saying, hey, is there any opportunity for me? Maybe I don't want to be where I am anymore. And more times than not, that's how it happens, is that the talent reaches out and says, hey, what is my opportunity over here? Is there anything available for me? But the media, if you will, portrays it as the big bad wolf goes out, I'm going to steal you from this other group. That's not how it happens. If Mike Goldberg didn't want to be, quote, stolen, which that's not how it happened, it would be a non-story and a non-issue. But so oftentimes it happens that talent wants to leave. Talent is either looking for a better deal where they are, so they reach out and try to see if there's anything else out there, or but it's not just like, oh my God, I want you, so I'm going to go steal you. If you don't want to be employed or you don't want to listen to somebody, you cut it off. And Goldberg didn't do that.
Right.
He was interested in coming in. So it wasn't, I think the portrayal of that sometimes is just unfair on all accounts for the most part. It takes two to tango. And so Mike Goldberg was looking for something else. And Mike Goldberg was looking for, I don't know, greener pastures or different pastures, if you will. And we were looking for fresh talent as well. The two come together and start talking. That's all it was.
Why don't you think he ultimately pulled the trigger on it? I mean, we know Mike Goldberg's not even with UFC now. I mean, he has moved on, but why don't you think
who stole him?
I love you for that.
That's, well, I mean, obviously he has to be stolen. Stolen, goddammit. What happened I think it was just more money. I think that when UFC heard that he was negotiating with WWE, that they came back in and offered more money.
Well, I'm glad it didn't happen, but I wish we would have gotten a little more JR, but I'm biased. Did you think in this era, and I know we're getting sidetracked here, I mean, he's trying to hire, he being Vince, pronouns pal, he's trying to hire Mike Goldberg. It doesn't work out. He's going to pivot to coach for a little bit. And then eventually Joey Styles takes the spot. Had Vince lost faith and confidence in Jim Ross? Did he just think it was time for a new look? Was he not happy with his work? Was their interpersonal relationship just becoming strained? Why do you think Vince was so adamant? We've got to do something different here, damn it.
I think that Vince was just looking for new, and that he was looking for a different type, a different feel from the announcing standpoint. And JR, great at what he does. JR is a great play-by-play guy. But at the time, we were looking for something new and something different, just to freshen up the look. And, constantly, I remember from day one, from 1987, that constantly, Vince was looking to replace himself. He's like, God damn, I've been doing this too long. And the push was constantly, we've got to do something else. We've got to get new in here, and constantly trying to churn. So it wasn't something new that in 2005, Vince decided, oh my God, I need a new play-by-play guy. From the day I started, Vince was looking to replace himself and Gorilla with the new. He just constantly wanted to churn that position.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.